Harvest time at the tiny house. This year, I'm happy with what we ended up with. Onions and potatoes did really well, and for the first time, we finally have a bounty of squash. Stick around until the end to see my favorite spaghetti squash recipe. Hi, it's Ashley here from that Hippie family and little Fran. Oh, hi, Brew. Me and Fran are the only ones home right now. The boys are fishing, but it is Saturday. It's beautiful. It's sunny outside, and we got to take down the garden. A lot of things have just stopped growing. I don't totally know why. The tomatoes, we planted so many tomatoes and they're just like not turning red. Maybe it's getting too cold, but the frost hasn't come yet. I am no expert in gardening, but I will say this year, where are my slippers? I need my slippers. This year has been the best garden year for us yet. It did really well and it was really manageable. Usually we throw down so many seeds or we get like over ambitious and try to plant so many things, that we don't end up getting much from the garden because it's like too much. It's too much work to maintain it. This year, however, we had a smaller garden. We really prioritized things. I did pull out 3/4 of the onions that we planted a week or two ago. There's still some onions left in there. I really wanted onions, tomatoes, and squash. We have some volunteer plants that I'm very excited about. We have some mullein and some plantain. It grows everywhere. It's like weeds, right? But in the garden, it's looking really good. There's no like vehicle exhaust from driving by it, or no dogs have peed on it. So it's really primo mullein and plantain I'm gonna harvest from the garden too. Yeah, you wanna come in the garden with me? Oh, you're such a good hugger. The boys should be home in the next hour or so from fishing. There's a little hand on my shoulder. Where are you? Hi. And they're gonna come help in the garden too. I'm gonna get some lunch going quickly in here before we head outside. So I'll meet you guys in the garden. The garden is wild right now. I'm alone. Everybody who said they were gonna come today is not here, and the boys just decided to go fishing a little bit longer, which is cool. It's beautiful outside. They seen an orca, they said. Like, they're having a great time. So I think I'm going to I'll start with the onions. I've got some mullein right here popping off. It's looking super healthy. And then down here is some plantain I'm excited about. Some more mullein and plantain. These flowers are all calendula. Calendula is such an amazing plant. It's super healing. I kind of took a break from the garden because Franny didn't want to be in here, but the boys are back now. And they're gonna help me get going in here. I think we kind of talked about just like ripping out all of the tomatillos. So that can go to the chickens. That's gonna go to the chickens. Basically here, the only thing we're gonna keep in the garden is the squash because it's still growing. But I found like the squash is on that end, and I found some squash over here. There's a butternut squash right in there. So it's kind of like weeded its way through the garden, so we have to be careful when we're ripping stuff up that we're not gonna. Oh, there's some peppers. Peppers? Yeah, we just don't want to rip up the squash stuff. So let's get to work. Those are potatoes. Potatoes? How many can you find? Oh, that's a big one. Put it in the big potato bucket.
Oh, look at that one.
Oh, nice. You put that one in the big one? Yeah, that bucket's for big potatoes and this one's for the little one.
gonna need a bigger wheelbarrow.
I found the other one.
There's probably so many in here. Gotta grab them.
Franny is probably awake now, so I'm gonna go inside. We did so good. I think we got everything out of the garden besides the squash that is going to be harvested and eaten. Everything else that's in the garden that's not squash is probably going to go to the chickens. They're gonna love it. A lot of those tomatoes, like we didn't buy them. We got some free plants and planted them, and there's too many to do something with for me. I don't have that much time to process them and preserve them, I guess. Hi, good boy.
It's moving like that too.
What was it?
It's been moving that.
A big moving sap?
Yeah.
Oh. Tonight is spaghetti squash. I wanted to show you one of my favorite recipes that I make with spaghetti squash. This sucker is a big one. I don't even know. It might be a tight squeeze in my oven, actually. I eat a lot of squash during like the fall. I love squash, but I kind of save it for this season. Yeah? Do you like squash? We're gonna find out. I'm going to bake this sucker for probably like 40 minutes in the oven, and then I'm gonna stuff it with I'm gonna put some black beans and corn, some tomato sauce and cheese in there, put it back in the oven. I wanna make some rice, pull it out, put it all together. It's so good. It's just so good. Chad,
No.
I'm gonna need you to come down and cut the squash for me, pretty please. Thank you.
Thinking about what we've been through. Where could be a lonely place? Baby, I'm so glad that I found you. Now I got someone to embrace. From the day you stole my heart, I never ever want to be apart. Don't you feel the times are coming?
Parmesan cheese. This meal really is all about the cheese. I did put some mozzarella on there too. It's pretty cheesy. And that's it. Squash is so good. We love it in our house and we eat a ton of it. So thanks for watching. As always, I hope that you have a great rest of your day. We're gonna go enjoy our dinner and I will see you in the next video.
No matter what's in store.